Hello everyone, welcome to Legacy IES. So there was an article today in Indian Express talking about why storage or energy storage is so important for renewable energy technologies. Okay, now so first we'll understand why it is so important to store energy or to have storage mediums for renewable energy. Then we'll see what are the different ways in which you can store energy. Now, first thing, why it is so important? See, this was given in economic survey also of 24-25 that there is intermittency in renewable energy, correct? So what happens, only at certain times you are able to get renewable energy in the correct ratio. Otherwise what happens, for example, you have sunlight only for 8 hours 9 hours at max. Similarly, you don't have wind all the time, so there is intermittency here, correct? Then the other issue is peak demand and generation mismatch. For example, if you see, when you have sunlight, let's say using hydro, so when do you have more hydro energy? When there is more water flow during the winter months, correct, or during the monsoon months. But when do you need electricity more? During the summer months, where the availability of hydro energy is less. So there is a inherent mismatch between them. Then you have grid stability and reliability issues, correct, because all the time you're not getting the same power. Then you have another issue called base load or round the clock power. Base load power is again talked about in the economic survey. So what is said, that base load power is very important because you want energy at any time of the day, night, month, does not matter. So because you need energy all the time, that is not available in renewable energy. So that is why you have to depend on thermal energy as of now. So if you have enough good storage and they are connected in a grid pattern, then only you can have base load round the clock power. Otherwise this problem will always be there. Then these are just repetition of the same issues. For example, the Dirk curve phenomena, when it is available and when it is needed. Then renewable energies integration in the grids. Then frequency regulation, correct, the same frequency has to be matched as for other energy generation sources. And last is renewable energy curtailment challenges. So because there are not good enough batteries and all these storage mediums, there is a lot of loss in renewable energy also. Understood? Now next is major energy storage technologies. So let's see this. Now if you see here, first is pumped hydro storage. This was also a previous year question in 2023. Very simple question, they asked this only, what is pumped hydro storage? Now understand this one thing, anything which is in stable state, okay, anybody also who is stable will have less energy. Anything which is unstable will have or will show more energy, correct? So if you take anything towards instability, then it tends to have more potential energy. For example, anything on earth wants to be on the ground, correct, but if you just take it above and put it somewhere else higher up, then what it gains, you have done some work against the gravity, and that is stored as potential energy. Understood? So whenever you are moving particles or anything from the place where it wants to be to a place where it does not want to be, it tends to store something called as potential energy. And that is the whole concept of the storage of energy anywhere. All these are same examples. Here what you are doing, so this is water, after it is released here, then you pump this water up again like this. Why? So that when you need it, let's say in some very high summer months, then you should have water to release here and get electricity out of it. You're understanding, it's the same phenomena, correct? What you are doing here, it wanted to be this water, you are forcing it to be at a higher height, and that's why it gains potential energy. Same thing, see here also, battery also works this way. So for example, lithium ion batteries, they wants to be at the cathode side, you're pushing them towards the anode side in the graphite layers. Now what will happen, When you leave it, or when you leave it in its normal position, what it will do, it will go from that anode to cathode back, where it is more stable. So from instability it will move towards stability, but it cannot move directly, it must lose the excess energy, and this excess energy that it has is what you get when you plug in, for example, a power bank to your phone. This extra energy only is what your phone gets, correct? Same thing is compressed air storage. Air wants to be expanded, you you compressed it in a very small space. Now if you just release it slowly, what will happen? If you just open the gates, now it will suddenly expand. It can push anything, it can provide thrust, that is it can provide energy. Same way flywheel storage, same way molten salt storage, same way gravity storage. All these are examples of storing the same thing. So basic core, I hope you understand. So here you are storing energy as heat in molten salts. So molten salts can carry a heat for a very long time. So you keep it as heat for a very long time. Now whenever you need this heat can be used to, let's say, boil water or whatever, turn turbine, get electricity. Understood? The core concept is always this. So whenever it is asked as a question that which of the following is a way of energy storage or something like this, just always think, is the movement from stability to instability, correct? Then it will have potential energy. Energy is very easily convertible from one form to another, and from potential you can get the energy back. Fine. Then last thing we have to see is what India and the world is up to. So India is doing what in this domain? So India is actually doing rapid renewable energy expansion. Now, for this, right now our solar energy is dominating the renewable energy mix. Now, pumped hydro storage and battery storage are the focus technologies right now. Around the world, these are the two most important ones. Battery, you already know. PHS, now you know, because also it became a PYQ. Then long duration storage is needed beyond 2030. Then large scale storage expansion is being planned in India. Then heavy lithium ion import dependence. This is an issue. Most of it what we are storing is in lithium ion, and for that we are completely dependent. Then energy security and supply chain concerns are there, again because we are dependent on other countries for all these. Then see the global trends. What is global trends? This is the largest storage technology. So most of the hydro energy that you get is actually an example of pumped hydro storage only. From those dams, water is released and you get energy. Then you have BESS. This is the fastest growing technology that is having very large scale level of batteries like this. For example, of lithium ion or anything. Then these are LFP batteries, small batteries. Then China is actually the leader in global storage deployment. Now, storage is critical for renewable heavy grids. This we have already understood why it is so important. China is again leading here also. That's it for this topic. Thank you.